How's everybody doing tonight? I'm not place. How's everybody doing tonight? Alright, we'll go with it. Alright, I got something for you guys tonight. I'm just going to do a few magic tricks and we'll see how it goes. I have a couple of needles here. Sewing needles. And could you do me a favor and just check out those are, you know, they got the eye of the needle and all that. Awesome, okay, thanks. So what I'm actually going to do, let's see if I can set this here. Is take one of these needles, alright? You can actually see me do it. I'm going to put it on my thumb and swallow it.
Don't do that.
Alright, so that's one. Can you check my mouth, by the way?
That's awkward.
So you can see me right there. Second one I'm going to swallow. And once again, you can see it on my tongue. And then one more time, I should have some string here. Ball it up real quick. And then one more time. Not bad. Alright. So, got the string, got the needles. What I didn't tell you is that I had a couple before the show. And so, now that they're down there, I'm going to see if I can do some work here. And bring them back up. So I'll see the sound like this. Story time. Yes. Story time. It's story time here at Altitude. Alright. So, how many of you have heard of Sam the Bellhop? Awesome. But Sam the Bellhop is a guy that used to work at this restaurant. And so there was one night where he, you can see on the screen hopefully if that works. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this a little bit, just kind of mix it around. But anyway, Sam the Bellhop used to be a waiter. He was at his restaurant one night, and these four guys come in. And he's like, you know what, they look just like four kings. And so they came in and stuff, they sat down, and they're having a good time. And pretty soon they're getting bored though. And they're like, hey man, Sam, would you mind helping us out and finding us some like women folk? And he's like, women folk, really? He's like, it's a little early, but I'll see what I can do. And so he walked out, came back in like 5 minutes later, and he's like, you know what, you're in luck, I was able to find 2 brunettes and 2 redheads. And so they're like, oh, well, where'd you find them there? You know, they're really beautiful. And so he's like, well, I just kind of walked out, came back, and was over at the 654 Club. And I'm like, oh, great, thanks, thanks for helping us out with that. Here's a $2 tip for you. So I'm like, a $2 tip. And so, they started getting to know the girls, and pretty soon they wanted to get a game of cards going. So they're doing their thing, just talking, and they're like, well, it'd be nice if we had some more players. So they said, Sam, would you mind helping us out again and find some players to play with? And he's like, yeah, it's still a little early, but I'll see what I can do. And so he came in a few minutes later, and he's like, you know what, I found some guys, but their names are all Jack. And so they're like, well, where'd you find these jokers? And he's like, well, same place, the 654 Club down the block. And they're like, oh, well, thanks for doing that again. Here's another $2 tip for you. And so they're doing their thing. They have a great game of cards going on. Pretty soon the Kings end up owing the girls some money. And they're like, well, we got a check for $40 here. Would you mind cashing that for us, Ben? Or Ben? Sam. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. So, he walks 1, 2, 3 blocks down to the bank. And as it turns out, they had just been robbed. So they're out of 20s. But he's like, you know what? I was able to get 4 10s for you guys. And so they were like, well, it's really great that you did that for us. That's 3 times you've helped us out. So here's another $2 tip for you. And so they said, you know what, Sam, while we were gone, we were trying to figure out how old you are. And we were thinking, are you 38? And he was like, no, actually, I'm 39, but you're pretty close. And they're like, oh, are you from around here? And he's like, well, I'm actually not too far from Newburgh. And he says, I'm actually over at 1329 Southeast Lake Street. And they're like, oh, do you gamble much? And he's like, yeah, every once in a while. And they got another 654 Club down there. He's like, oh, every once in a while. And he's like, the Kings started saying, like, hey, have you seen like any good hands lately? And it's like, yeah, this guy Lewis came in. He actually had 3 7s and a pair of 8s. And they're like, well, did he win? That's a full house right there. And he's like, no, actually another guy came in with 3 aces and a pair of 9s. And they're like, oh, did he win? No, because then I came in and I had a straight flush. We have the ace of spades and ace of clubs, okay? I'm going to do the ace of spades, okay? You hold it just like that. Hold it like that. Okay, I'm going to take the ace of clubs. I'm going to switch it back. Did you feel the switch?
I have no idea.
Switch it. Let's switch it back. You feel that time?
No.
Okay, well, I'll slow it down for you. So
Okay.
just leave this there until, that's it. Just
Okay, I
slow
got
it
the
down
switch
for you.
that time.
Okay. You felt it? It's this good?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm actually going to open the slide like that. So this, in theory, at least, should be the ace of spades, and that should be the ace of clubs. So I gave that and took that. So would you bet your life that this would be not the ace of spades, yes, it is not?
Sure.
You bet your life.
Yes.
2 aces in your hand right now.
Okay.
What do you guys say?
Yeah.
Are you right-handed or left-handed? Can I get one more volunteer? One more. Come on up. Oh, okay, never mind. Sarah's on it. Okay, so we have the card here. And do me a favor and, let's see, I'm actually going to get rid of the card. And it's going to be a special way to do that. We're going to actually, I'm going to put it in the middle of that, okay? Is that fair enough?
Yes.
So give it a little squeeze, and can you do me a favor? Tell me if you see the card as we go through. So it doesn't matter where it's at. Can you just tell me if you see it? Then we go on. Yeah, 4 diamonds. Great. Was that someone? Do me a favor. Can you grab that cooler that's back there? A little mini cooler. Okay, go ahead and open it. Hands out without anything. Why they do that is beyond me, but whatever. In the bag, there should be a Snapple bottle. And what's key about the Snapple bottle is like the first time you open it, you hear the pop top. So you can come over to the mic, let everyone know whether or not the pop top is there. Okay. Go ahead and pour that out. Got a little blender thing. I'm still a college student, obviously, so. Okay. Do you see anything in the
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead and pour it out.
Carriage.